Welcome to the utility room of my basement. It's definitely not the most glamorous place you're ever going to see, but this is where I start my seeds for the season ahead. Last week, I brought in some equipment to show you how to start seeds indoors and then put them under the light as seedlings to grow. And I decided I really needed to show you my setup at home. So last year, my son Will helped me put together this wire shelving. This setup works really, really well. Not only does it give me more space to start seeds, it does so in less space in the room because it's vertical. I even have a place at the top for storing some supplies. Once these shelves were secure, we attached shop lights to the bottom of each shelf. Fluorescent lights or LEDs are great for growing seeds. You can opt for more expensive grow lights, but you really don't need them. So these lights are on a timer, 16 hours on and 8 hours off. That's because plants need from 12 to 16 hours of sunlight. The other great thing about this setup is the lights provide a little warmth for the seeds and seedlings that are on the shelf above them. It's kind of a 2-for-1 deal. So let's talk about starting the seeds. The University of Minnesota Extension website has a great reference guide for what seeds to start and when. That's super important because, and I learned the hard way last year, if you start plants that love warm weather too early, they'll be ready to plant outside before it's warm enough. I'm starting plants that like cooler weather, broccoli, lettuce, Brussels sprouts, and kale. I won't start the warm-loving plants like tomatoes until next month. So, seed packets have great directions, so follow them. You don't have to use fancy stuff. I save plastic containers from plants that I've bought over the years. Oh, hello, Pacha. This is our kitty Pacha. He wants to help. He definitely likes the seed packets. Anyway, soil that you use should be moist. I prepped this with water yesterday and I let it soak in. So fill up each container and put them in trays. Trays are great because they protect water from running onto the lights below them, and it's easier to move plants in one chunk. It's best to use containers that are all the same height per tray so you can keep them at all the same distance from the lights once they germinate or sprout. These are teeny tiny round broccoli DeCecco seeds. Since these containers are kind of big, I put 2 or 3 in each. I'll pot them on or transplant them later when they get bigger. If I did use smaller starter pots, I'd only put 1 in each. So I drop the seeds in, I give them a good mist with water, cover with a thin layer of soil, mist them again because they need moisture. They need darkness, moisture, and warmth to help them germinate. Then I cover them with plastic. You can use the tops that come with trays when you buy them, but you can also use any kind of plastic that will keep the moisture in. Then I set the tray on the mat that provides warmth in the dark and wait for them to germinate. Once they germinate, I'll remove the mat because the lights below them will provide enough warmth. I turn the lights on and put them on pieces of wood because your seedlings should be no more than 4 inches away from the light. 2 inches is even better. If they're too far away, they'll stretch out and reach for the light and become kind of leggy and weak. As they grow taller, I'll take pieces of wood out to maintain the proper distance from the light. Lights are important for photosynthesis. The seedlings turn the light into energy, which is so cool. They do get all the nutrients they need from seeds until they get a true set of leaves. So the first sets of leaves to pop out are just energy-getting leaves. They're not the true leaves. They don't look like the leaves of the plant itself. They don't look like tomato leaves or whatever the plant is. Once the true leaves come out, then they're going to need some food. That's why instead of using seed starter mix, I actually use potting mix that has fertilizer because sometimes I miss getting the fertilizer in there in time. So when these seeds sprout and the seedlings are ready to be potted on or transplanted to bigger pots, I'll show you how to do it. I just love starting seeds indoors, and you can even do it if you don't have a garden because many flowers and vegetables do really, really well in pots outside on your patio or on your doorstep. So thanks for joining me in the Groovy Garden. Send me your questions or ideas and I will answer them. And if you share photos, I'll put them on the show. See you next time.